So, today's topic is discipline and education of mind. What is this discipline and education of the road, of the self discovery? We say discipline and educate your mind to drive safely. So, we use the word discipline and education in every branch of knowledge. So, what about here? First thing to understand, we never invite stress, anxiety, anger in our life. Do you understand that? When I meet you, your mind don't like a thing, so you don't start thinking, now I will become angry, now I will react. No, anger and reaction comes at a spur as an uninvited guest. From where it comes? Also, the mood swing. I am upset, don't talk to me. You are not upset, your mind is upset. Remember this. So, all the negative expression like anxiety, anger, duality, conflict, they come enter into our mind as uninvited guests. I've been always talking. You cannot become angry tomorrow at 10 a.m. The moment that 10 a.m. comes, you become aware and the anxiety or the anger doesn't come. So you see that what is the dead discipline in education? We have to choose peace and happiness in our life. If you do not choose peace and happiness in your life and you simply remain lazy, I got married, now peace and happiness will come. I have eaten the food, now peace and happiness will come. It will never come. I have to choose. I have to choose. Huh? I have to choose. So when I don't choose, then what happens? Our intellect is dictated by the mind. Mind, where uninvited guest enters, how they enter. Mind processes the information from where it processes the information coming from the sense objects in the world outside. Now, by default, if we don't make a decision, by default, this mind likes something, dislikes something, reacts something, responds to something. And it is happening constantly in my mind. Sometime I become aware, sometime I don't become aware. So what happened? Millions and millions of impressions are gathered in the mind. Take a simple example. You go to a particular meeting, 25 people are there, you say hello to everyone, you don't have an intention to gather any impression of the reaction, but mind by default, like 5 people, dislike other 5. So now you are returning from the meeting. The mind has started thinking of liking and disliking. It is constantly thinking, oh, yeah, that David is very good person. Alex is very bad. So your mind has started thinking unnecessarily. There is no need. Mind has started the gossip. But normally it has become a pattern of our mind, so we don't pay attention. What if I say if the person is bad? If I say he is bad? No, that is not the case. The mind is gathering those impressions, thinking. It is happening, and thinking creates a desire, and the desire is a pleasure seeking mind. That's why how we gather millions of impressions. Until this level, everything is okay, but this mind starts dictating the intellect. I have three groups in Arizona. Or no, you can say the four group. In the first group, I have a beautiful woman who attends all my sessions. If I say she loves me, she cares me, she respects me, but she is not interested in attending the other two sessions that I have been saying every time. Why? She has a disliking for those participants in the second and the third session. And she posed to me as if she is very innocent, she is intelligent, she is learning much faster than the other. But that is not happening. So, what has happened? The mind has dictated the intellect. Mind, with its preferences, likes, dislikes, reaction, has been dictating the intellect. So, what happens if the intellect is dictated? Let us go ahead. We should find out with the reason and understanding. When the intellect is dictated by the preferences of likes and dislikes, reactions, then our personality is shaped like this. My entire personality is based on the mind. Thursday at 4:30 my time, 7:30 is our session. So mind says I'm not in a mood. Why you are not in a mood? Who has changed your mood? No, I tell you that I'm not in a mood. That's why I'm not attending this session. Don't attend. That's your problem. You see, mind is dictating the intellect. So Buddha says, tame the mind to succeed in life, to succeed in meditation. Taming the mind is discipline and education. And that mind has to be. So now there are two things. First thing, you see, a first step. What is the meaning of discipline and education in the mind? The first step is, you know what happens when your patio in the front yard grows weeds? We trim it. So like this mind becomes a forest, weeds are grown. We have to trim it. That is the first step. What is not required? Why mind? Why you have started thinking about Alex and the David? What you have to do anything? No, and still the mind is thinking. And we enjoy talking in favor or against about the people, about the object, about the event. That is what I call gossip. And that gossip creates lot of reactions, even though we are talking in a very healthy atmosphere. I don't need those weeds. Not required. Not required. So that is the first step. When we trim the entire front yard of the mind, first step is done. Are you getting it? The first step is done. What is the second step? If this mind does not have a clear vision of life, the mind will go back to the same stuff again. Are you understanding? If the mind, the empty mind is a, we already know, devil said book, devil's mind. So this mind, when we have cleaned, trimmed, what is not required, we have understood and we have thrown out of the mind. Second thing is very important. Through the intellect, we should have a clear vision of life. If there is no clear vision of life, what will happen? The mind will go back to the same old stuff. It will react, it will enter into anxiety and problems and suffering. What is that vision? Meditation, yoga, Eastern wisdom gives us a greatest vision of life. What is that greatest vision of life? Can I discover my real nature? So Master says, understand that real nature is full of permanent peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. You need not to throw your mind outside in the material world with any object, person, things to find happiness, because happiness is not there. It gives you a grand vision of life. What is the highest and greatest vision of the life? To live and work in permanent peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. So that when I go to work, I express in peace and happiness. When I live in relationship, I express peace and happiness. When I'm driving, I express peace and happiness in driving. All 24 by 7. That is the grand vision of life. And that is the goal of meditation or mindfulness. But without empowering intellect with that vision, the meditation will not succeed. Do you ever say that, I'm driving and I ask you, where are you driving? I don't know, but I'm simply driving. See, we never say it. Otherwise, people will say you are crazy. Why you are meditating? No, I don't know. Maybe some relaxation. So you have a very small vision of life. You take pills and relax. Master says that meditation has a grandest, highest vision of life. So I don't have that highest vision in my intellect and the mind, and I'm practicing meditation. So what I will do, I will practice, and sometime I complain the teacher, you don't know how to help me meditate. Sometime I thank my mind that today my mind is relaxed, so that's why I got peace. And you continue for 2 or 3 days, and after that you leave. Because the intellect is not clear about the vision of this meditation, vision of life, grandest vision, highest vision. And we constantly remind ourselves that we have to realize this vision in life. Why those masters went to the Himalaya? Why Buddha left the kingdom? Well, after 40 years, he enjoyed all kinds of pleasures. And at the age of the 40, he left the kingdom. Why? Our mind always thinks that if I have lot of money, if I have a good husband and wife, if I have a good children, if I have a house at a good place, everything is good and still I'm unhappy. I don't know what is the greatest vision. It is not the vision that I bypass Bill Gates. That is not the vision I'm keeping. That will come. If I work hard, the money will definitely come. So the next point is, now the intellect must have the right vision in in the life. Once that vision in life is there, then I can practice meditation and reach to the goal. To have a right vision in the intellect, and it should not be dictated by the mind, I should apply the principle of viveka. In English, it is known as discernment. You have a dessert in a plate, and in the next plate, you have an ice cream. You taste both. And if I ask you which one is sweeter than the other, you tell me. Two things. So, how do you separate? Based on the name, properties, and the sweetness. Discernment is that quality by which we separate what is real and what is unreal. What is real is the highest vision in my life. What is unreal? That causes the delusion, makes the mind run into the world seeking pleasure, results into pain. Discernment. The intellect should invoke the power of discernment. Pasta, go to a restaurant, gives me pleasure. My mind says, okay, go next week to the same food store. Now the mind has made it a habit, and it is dictating the intellect. The intellect is not able to separate the pleasure, whether the pleasure is in the pasta or is in the mind. I need to separate. That is the process of discernment. No, you don't love me. Come on, find out that statement. Are you expecting love from others? The other is also expecting love from us. We both are beggars. Are you getting it? So, discernment is find out love, where the love is. It is inside me, or it is in the person outside you, and you are expecting the love from him or her, and that guy is reacting. So, is it not a proof that love is also not present there? But still, I'm going, I'm carried away. Are you getting it? Still, I'm carried away. And then, I start the gossip among my friends. You see what happened. He loved me so, or she loved me so much before, but now. So help him to get treated. He or she is in a problem. You are not in a problem, but because you are in a problem, you are expecting the same love from others, which will never happen. It has never happened in life. So, that power of discernment in the intellect helps you to separate. I have to think where the love is, what I'm expecting love, what I'm expecting happiness. Is the happiness in any object, person, thing outside? No. Is love anywhere outside? No. So, where it is, the master says it is within me. So, can I find that love within me? So, when you start working on your mind and the intellect, you discipline and educate the mind, you empower the intellect, and you are ready to find. Why? You have now the highest vision in your life. You have to apply that vision in life. What is that vision? Self discovery. That real self is made up of peace and happiness. That is explained by one great master in simply one phrase. He says, Atha Yoga Anushashanam. Literal meaning, when the person becomes the seeker, yoga is a discipline of the mind. He simply says this. But whatever I have explained, that is present in this sutra. So only one thing needs to be clear before we go for practice. Popular notion, the word yoga is there. Yoga Anushashanam. Anushashan means discipline. So, what it means by discipline, the pre existing discipline and education of the mind. Now, Patanjali Master says, I am teaching. So, word yoga, popular notion of yoga, physical practices, breathing, mantra, walking on both your hands upside down, demonstrating. These are the popular notions of yoga. So, one great commentator of this phrase, this sutra, says the word yoga means yoga samadhi. Yoga is the highest state of meditation. Yoga is mindfulness. Yoga is a discipline and education of the mind, leading you to meditation. How? By emptiness of the mind. Second sutra says, Yogaschatta Vritti Nirodha. Last point, then we will do the practice. When I empty the mind, what happens? So the masters compare the mind is like a mirror. You stand before the mirror and it is full of dust. And that dust appears on your face also. You say, I'm not so dirty. Ah, it's a problem of the dust. You remove that dust and now you can see yourself clearly. Same way, when we empty the mind, discipline the mind becomes like a mirror where our true nature reflects. What is that true nature? Is peace and happiness, love and wisdom. Let us start our journey. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. We are doing the practice in stages, even though meditation doesn't happen in stages, but for the sake of understanding. So, in the stage one, which I say preparatory stage, eyes are closed. Do you squeeze your eyes or do you close your eyes gently? My friends, they are your eyes. Take care of them. Gently close your eyes. Second is, just know the body is steady. If it is not steady, you can remove, adjust, and align. 2 points. Huh? The master teaches you normally these 2 points, but when I told you that it is an inner journey, so look inside, the mind is looking inside into the space and emptiness or darkness. Not only the 3 points, let us add one more point. Do you experience even 1% of calmness? In that state of steadiness of the body, eyes are closed, the mind is looking inside. From where that calmness has come, even 1%? We will answer that question later. can we maintain the continuity of that calmness? That will lead you to a state of meditation. But what disturbs that pattern of continuity? What prevents the continuity? The impurity of the mind. That you already know the thought comes, we got carried away. So now we understand the journey of meditation or mindfulness should be to remove that impurity, to seek the continuity. So we settled in the second step of the stage one, being comfortable. You move the mind on the neck joint, be there, feel the presence, a conscious journey. Subconscious habitual journey is not the journey of meditation. So you're looking at the neck joint, you feel the presence and experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Move the mind on the shoulder joints, be there. Feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Move the mind on the entire body, looking at all the joints, feel the sensation, your experience is sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. In the stage one, we go little deeper, being carefree. We discussed about that this mind is dictated by the likes, dislikes, attachment, detachment. That's why we have lot of thoughts. It becomes a pleasure-seeking mind. So let the thought come and go. How do we understand? It's a knowledge practice. Two ways to understand through a simile. One is there are birds flying in the sky, and there is a sky above the birds flying. So that sky is a deeper mind, layer of the mind. And this is the surface mind where the birds, in terms of the thoughts, are flying. So let these thoughts come and go. Do nothing with it. Don't get carried away. Maintain your awareness. We are doing the practice in stages. Why? To understand. Every stage has some steps, and every step has the beginning, the middle stage, the higher, the advanced stages. That is how I express it in terms of instruction. Now, being casual. Casual means natural. Natural means that existence. Water is natural. Can be anywhere, everywhere, in your tap, in an ocean. So, what is outer life like? Waves. In that state, we move to the second stage. Second stage is all about purification of the mind and moving the mind within. We have already discussed what are the impurities, and there are 100 tools. We pick up a very simple tools. So, looking inside the chest, in the space, in the state of steadiness, and start breathing quick, short, and the gentle breath from both the nostrils into the chest. Continue. Quick, short breath. Cheerful mind is there. You're not forcing change in the rate and the rhythm of the practice, rhythm of the breath. Every change in the breath changes the brain, changes the mind, changes the level of our oxygen and carbon dioxide consumption. A lot of stuff. At present, we are doing it. We'll understand that part in detail. Continue. Gentle, quick, short breath, being cheerful on the other side of the mind. Continue, please. And stop this. Now take a deep, silent, slow breathing from the belly into the chest up to the throat. Do not change, do not make the breath faster. And every time you start exhaling, make the humming sound louder, deeper, longer. The impure mind will ask you to breathe in, inhale faster with a noise. Don't do that. Maintain your awareness. Continue the journey of humming, deep, long. And now stop this humming, do nothing, move the mind from the top of the head to the toes. Become aware, experience the change. We move to the stage 3, where we move the mind deeper. And it is again a mental process. Look deep inside the forehead, in the space, and start hammering the mantra in the mind. What is that mantra? Om, 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 mentally, not loudly, no movement of the lips or the tongue, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The body is steady, the mind is cheerful, the breath is normal. You are looking inside the forehead and you are hammering with the sound of Om, where you are hammering the space inside the forehead. You don't allow a single thought between the two Om. It is so quick, fast, loud in your mind. Mentally, not loudly. I'm demonstrating. Now look deep inside the heart. Again, continue hammering deep inside the heart. What you are hammering? The mantra. What is the name of the mantra? The Om. How do you do it? Mentally. Keep looking inside the heart and continue hammering. Mentally, without moving the lips or the tongue. Remember, you have been doing the practice consistently. The first two stages are clear, and you are settled in the first two stages. It becomes an easy and also rewarding. Now looking inside the belly button in the space, maintaining the steadiness in the body. It is natural steadiness because you all have been doing consistently. Looking inside the belly button in the space, continue hammering again with the same mantra. And stop hammering. Just experience the head and the neck. Just be there and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You are moving the mind gently. We'll understand what is this step, but first experience. Move the mind on the left arm. Be there. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the rib cage, the entire chest and the belly, and the spine, the entire middle portion of the body. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. In the next stage, number 4, we are deeper and deeper with reference to the space within. So casually look inside the forehead, become aware of the space, gently say, mentally and gently say Om. Wait, become aware of the space as if the space is deeper than the Om. And then say Shanti and see the space after the Shanti. Again, say Om. And in front of Om, you see the space and you say Shanti. Again, you see the space in front of the Shanti. So every time you become aware of the space in front, ask the mind to go deeper, step by step. Don't forget to become aware of the space in front of the Om and also in front of the Shanti. And then see what happens. You will discover the space continues even you say Om Shanti or you don't say. It is like the birds flying in the sky, and still the space is ever present. You are sure there is a space after all that helps you to know you are going deeper. And after the space, you are dropping Shanti. Again, you see the space. So after the space, Om. Again, you see the space that helps you to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Continue, my friends. Now stop this. We enter into the stage 5. Do nothing in that stage. You look at the breath that is going in and out. First point of awareness. Second point of awareness, you feel the sensation of the breath. Third point of awareness, you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. As if you are totally in a state of doing nothing. The very absolute existence does nothing. Or you can say nothing happens to the existence. Nothing happens to the water. Whether it appears as a small wave, large wave, high tide wave, tsunami. Nothing happens to the water. Three-pointed awareness of the breath in the state of doing nothing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand. Bring your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Then bring the hands down. We will share our experiences now, and then we will have question and answer if there is any doubt.